I actually didn't know that I was pregnant at the time when I made the decision, but very grateful that it was able to happen very shortly after. That was a very reassuring moment for me that, okay, this is what we were supposed to do.
You said you and your husband were trying for a while. So what has this road to baby kind of looked like for you?
Yeah, I think going into the second one, I mean, it only took me a couple of months with Sage. So I kind of just thought that it would be the same. I honestly, I mean, I'm not even thinking, but I thought, I'm like, well, because my body has already done this before, it's just going to know what to do and we're just going to get pregnant. Of course, that is so naive because trying to conceive can be the most difficult, frustrating, hard thing, consuming thing. It's just something that really just takes over your life. And anybody who's tried to conceive for a long period of time, you understand, it's really, really tough. And of course, when you're in it, it's hard to kind of just trust the process. But towards the end, I really had to just kind of let go and understand, trust the process, trust timing, trust God's timing, trust my body that it's going to do what it's supposed to do at the right time. And that's so much easier said than done. But I feel like that mentality really, really helped me get through those last couple months where we were just oh my goodness. But then I'm so grateful that everything worked out the way that it was supposed to. I know that as time progresses, we're going to see that this was absolutely what was the right timing for our family. I'm a firm believer that everything happens for a reason, but my heart goes out to everybody who is going through that. I know that my situation was minor compared to what so many people go through. And my heart is so heavy for them because I understand the feelings and the emotions and the trial that you go through when you're in that time frame of your life.
Yeah, no, I mean, no matter everybody that's struggling to get pregnant, it takes an emotional toll on you. It really does.
Absolutely. Yeah. But we're so grateful. And I mean, in a way, it was very strengthening for us and our family and for me, and kind of just learning how to trust. I think that's a really big thing that I've had to learn over the past little bit.
Definitely. Was that maybe one of the reasons why you decided to sit out this season of Dancing with the Stars?
So that was definitely a big factor. I mean, we've been trying to actively get pregnant, and that's very hard to do when you and your husband cannot live in the same state. So that was a big part of it, but also timing wise, just for our family in general, it's a big sacrifice to separate our family and break up our family for that period of time. And where Sage is at in her life and her growth and what she's learning, I just feel like she's so rapidly changing. And for us, I just believe that she needs mom and dad together. She needs that family. And that's just what felt right. But then of course the pregnancy part played into it. A lot of people are like, oh, that's why you did it. I actually didn't know that I was pregnant at the time when I made the decision, but very grateful that it was able to happen very shortly after. That was a very reassuring moment for me that, okay, this is what we were supposed to do.
How are you feeling right now? What's the stage of pregnancy you're in right now?
Well, I'm literally days away from being out of my first trimester, which is a big milestone. As you, I'm sure know, first trimester is probably the toughest apart from the last 4 weeks. I remember the first trimester and then the last 4 weeks for Sage were those mental toughness had to really kick in, but I'm feeling good. I mean, I think most of the day it's just kind of not feeling incredible, a little bit of nausea, a little bit of exhaustion, but it's helpful that I've been through it before. And then something I'm doing different, and it kind of goes along with the movement club, is I'm moving a lot more. I feel like my first pregnancy, I was scared. I thought if I didn't feel good, I should just sit and do nothing all day. But I actually found that if I get up and move my body, even if it's just for a little bit, it helps so much with the nausea. And it actually gives me more energy, which is very weird, but then it makes sense. It does make sense, but I feel like that's not what our brains go to. So I feel like I'm doing better at dealing with the symptoms this time around, just because I know what to expect.
Definitely. And you're running after a toddler too, which you can't, you don't have the luxury of laying down anymore.
Hey, that is literally it. I'm like, geez, I feel like I'm so much more tired this time around. And I'm like, wait, that's because I literally had just me to take care of when I was pregnant with Sage. And now it's and honestly, it's kind of crazy. I've told people it's I'll run around all day with Sage and just be taking care of her and then stop and be like, oh my gosh, I'm pregnant. It's funny how it's when it's your first, literally that's all I could think about all day long. Every day I was taking mirror selfies all the time of my bump. This time around, it's I've had those surreal moments of oh my gosh, I'm mom, but I'm having another kid as well. It's just so crazy. And I'm so happy.
It takes a while for it to sink in. I mean, have you, like you said, have you noticed that this pregnancy Obviously, the movement and things helps a lot, but is the nausea different? Like, what's kind of different this pregnancy this time around with your symptoms?
Honestly, I feel pretty much exactly the same. The only thing I would say is like, I do feel like I'm more tired at the end of the day, but I think that's just natural. I think that's just because I'm more busy. But yeah, the nausea level is pretty much exactly the same. And I'm like treating it the same way, if that makes sense. Like for me with my nausea, a lot of people will be like, oh, I can't eat. I'm like, I have to eat. If I'm not snacking like every hour, it makes me more sick. So it's funny because a lot of the same things, and like I'm kind of gravitating towards the same foods as I did last time. I loved like fruits, vegetables, salads. I didn't really want meat, which is so weird because I'm a big meat girl. Like that is like my favorite food group. But I remember last pregnancy, like I wasn't really feeling it. And so it's funny how it's very, very similar.
So you thinking it's another girl then?
That's the thing. I'm like, I have no idea. But then my mom's like that you can't really base it off of that because she felt the same. Well, actually, my mom had all girls. I'm like, wait a second. But I hear from people, it's like some people just have the same pregnancy no matter what they're having. And then some people have like such different symptoms. So that's like the only thing I'm like, that's the only indicator I'm like, maybe it's a girl. But then I'm like, I have no idea. I truly don't. I was so wrong with my guesses on what Sage was. So I just feel like I can't even trust my instinct on that part.
Obviously, I know you're just hoping for a healthy baby, but are you like hoping to have, for Sage to have a sister like you did growing up, like you have all sisters, or do you just, like you said, healthy baby?
I mean, healthy baby, of course. I do. Like, I only know sisters. I didn't have any brothers growing up. So like that element is like foreign to me. But then my husband has a younger sister and they are so close. So I'm like, both ways, I think it's so fun. It's just all I know is sisters because that's all I've ever had. So I do hope that for Sage, but then also I think a brother would be really fun for her as well. Either way, I'm so glad because she's going to be so good to them. She has been the best little cousin to my niece and nephew. They are just like, she's so sweet with them. And that makes me like very happy knowing, okay, she doesn't hate babies. She enjoys babies, thinks they're cute, understands she has to be like gentle with them. So I'm very excited.
Tell me all about the Movement Club.
So first of all, thank you so much. I'm so excited. Yes, I am so excited about this incredible project that I have been working on for a while. It's been a passion project of mine and something that I've been very like adamant about because I believe so much in its purpose. The Movement Club is a fitness program. I started this back when I was pregnant with Sage during COVID. I basically was first time pregnant, not dancing anymore, not able to go to all the gyms that I used to go to. And I felt very lost. I felt that there wasn't any programs out there that really were representing and giving me what I felt I needed at the time. I feel like there was some that like worked if I wasn't pregnant, and then some that were too specific for pregnancy where I'm like, I still want to feel like I can push myself and have options. And that is where I had the idea to create a program that truly can be for everyone, no matter what stage of life you're in. Trying to get pregnant, postpartum, not pregnant at all, not even thinking about it, whether you're in like tip top of your shape and your fitness level, or you're maybe just starting out, I want there to be something for you. And so that is what I have modeled this program around. I truly am so proud of the fact that I can say when someone comes to my program, no matter where they are at with their fitness level, there is something for you. We have workouts that range from HIIT, Pilates, yoga. We have a fun stretching class. We have stretching classes on there, some dance-based classes on there because, you know, we've gotta. Dance is my favorite way to move my body. So, of course, I'm going to incorporate that into the program. And what I love is that and what I really tried to make was flexible workouts. I understand that we as women are busy, like whether you're a mom, you're a busy businesswoman, we have busy lives. And I wanted to create something that was easy to throw in anywhere. We have workouts that are as short as 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, all the way up to 30 minutes. So you really can tailor this program to your schedule, to what works for you, and just find and have something that lets you feel proud of yourself, even if it's just for 5 minutes of the day.